Well, I started practicing law straight out of law school and went back to St. Louis and worked for one of those big silk stocking firms up there, which was fun for a while, but it became obvious after a while that it really wasn't satisfying because you don't really deal with real people. And so my wife and I came back to Poplar Bluff, our hometown, because we wanted to practice law and know the people that we were representing. That was way back in 1990, and I've been here ever since. I joined Ron Little with this firm 15 years ago, and I've been doing this kind of work ever since and enjoyed every minute of it. And the reason I enjoy it so much is, like I said before, you get to meet people who are real, people that you know around town, people who trust you and trust that you're going to take care of their problems with competency and skill, and that's important to me. Now, most people who are in an accident wake up that morning and it's a day like any other day. They don't know anything bad's going to happen as far as they're concerned. It's going to be a great day, and then something happens. And the problem is that people don't go through this every day. Most people have never been through it before in their life. And so when it happens, first of all, they're a little bit in shock, they're jarred, sometimes they're physically immobile, and they don't really know how to react initially. The thing that they're looking for most is for somebody to say, "What do I do? Tell me what I should do," okay? Well, the first thing that I can tell you is eventually you're going to want to consult with an attorney, because attorneys deal with this every day and they know best how to protect your rights, how to position yourself in an automobile accident so that you can recover what's due to you from the responsible driver. Now, in terms of what do you do immediately at the accident, that's some common sense things. The first thing, of course, that you do is get your car to safety if possible. If it's not in an unsafe place, leave it where it is, call the police or have someone call the police for you, all right? You're going to want to make sure that people in your vehicle are safe. If you feel physically able, check with the people in the other car, see if they're safe. First of all, safety, that's the most important thing. And the third thing that you want to do, if possible, because you never know how the evidence is going to develop, we like to get photographic evidence. Everybody these days carries a cell phone, and all cell phones have cameras now. And while you may feel a little self-conscious doing this, I really recommend that you pull out your cell phone and take some pictures of what happened. That will be most helpful later on, either to you or to an attorney if you choose to hire one. So safety first, and then document the evidence. That's the best thing that you can do. Once you've been released by the officer who has prepared the report, then you want to check yourself for physical injuries. I do recommend, if there's any injury or you suspect any injury at all, you need to get to the emergency room or to urgent care and get checked out. Oftentimes, the injuries that you receive don't appear right away. People who are in an accident typically are going to have adrenaline flowing, they're going to be in shock, they're going to be surprised, they're going to be not their normal self. And then later on, after the dust settles, so to speak, they're going to start noticing pain in their neck, pain in their back, pain in their shoulders, things that don't seem normal. And so while people may say right up front, "Oh, I'm okay, I've never been hurt," many times, and it's very, very common, they're going to say the next day, "Boy, I woke up and I was hurting all over." So I do suggest that you need to seek medical treatment at the nearest facility or at your personal physician if you prefer, but get somewhere and get checked out to see if you have any serious injuries. And the last thing, and probably the most important thing I recommend, is that you seek counsel, okay? People many times think, this is no big deal, I can handle it, I can take care of them myself, I don't need to go out and hire an attorney. This is just going to be a quick and easy deal with the insurance company, everything will be fine. Well, most of the time, it doesn't work out that way. Many of the times you're going to have lingering injuries, you're going to have damage to your car, you're going to have issues of insurance coverage. Did I have insurance coverage? Did the other side have insurance coverage? Who should I talk to? Who should I call? How could I best protect myself to make sure that I'm getting everything I'm entitled to under my policy or under the policy of the other driver, okay? And the people best equipped to handle those issues are professionals. And those are people like me and my partners here at this law firm. We deal with this every day, and we know how to handle these situations. We know how to give you the best advice as to how to seek medical treatment, how to protect the evidence, how to pursue the claim, how to deal with the insurance company. These are things that you don't learn in everyday life. And it's the things that we do, and we pride ourselves on how well we do them to help you as our clients. People come in to see me, they're not just a client, they're not just a number, they're not just a new file on my desk. The first thing I like to do when clients come in to see me is sit down and talk with them, get to know them, learn about their family, learn about their job, learn about their friends, get to know who they are and what their life's about. That helps me, first of all. I enjoy meeting people, I enjoy making new friends, and I enjoy helping people. But it also gives me a sense of what I need to do to help protect their lives as a result of this accident, and what's going to be necessary to put them back on their feet again. So when people come in, they're not just clients, they're friends, and they soon become our friends, and I hope that they will consider us friends as well. And during the time that we represent you, our offices are open, our phones are open, my staff is open. Oftentimes we'll call you just to check in on you. How you doing? How's your treatment going? What's the doctor doing for you? So forth and so on. But the most important thing is that you have confidence that we're handling that. When you make that first visit to my office, like I said, we're going to sit down and get to know you. We're going to give you guidance. We're going to give you advice. And when you leave, you're going to be assured that we will take care of all the legal aspects of this accident and how best to respond and to protect your rights. When you leave, your only job is to get back to your life, get to your doctor, get your treatment, and get better. And you leave everything else to us. And as that representation continues, while you're getting your treatment, while you're working on your claim, we want you to feel that you can call us and get any kind of questions answered, get any kind of guidance that you need to help you feel comfortable that your rights are being protected. Only lawyers can do that. You know, when you get hit by another car and that car is at fault, they're most likely going to have insurance. And that insurance company is going to assign that claim to somebody working in a small office or a cubicle with a stack of files, just like yours, and they may be in St. Louis, they may be in Denver, they may be in Dallas, but they're not going to be anybody that knows you or really cares about how well you're doing. They're going to be someone that's hired to work that file, pay you as little money as they possibly can, and close that file out and move on to the next one. They're not there to protect you. They're there to protect the assets and resources of their insurance company. And when these insurance companies come on TV and advertise how well they're going to take care of you and how you can trust them and so forth, that's not you. You're on the other side this time. And when they're not trying to sell you a policy, they're not nearly as nice. As I said, their job is to get your case closed and get your case closed as inexpensively for the company as they can. I have an office here where you're welcome to walk in, talk with me, get advice, and say, hey, how can I protect myself against this insurance company? Because you're not going to get protection anywhere else. All right? So that's what we value. And what makes me feel better than anything else, when I close a file, when I settle a case, or when we win a case at trial, and my client walks up to me and says, boy, I'm sure glad that you took care of that for me because I didn't know what in the world to do, and they shake my hand and they leave with a smile, that makes me feel better than anything else in the world. And it's a darn sight better than all those corporate clients I worked for when I first got out of law school up in St. Louis. These are my friends. This is my community. This is what I love to do, and it's what I get up and work every day for. And I know if one of my family members or one of my friends was involved in a situation and they didn't have any other place to turn, I would want them to go to a professional. Find somebody that can help you, that can take up for you, that can protect your rights, and can be someone that you can rely on and trust to do the right thing for you. A common question I get when people walk in is, how much is this going to cost me? Because most people don't have a lot of money laying around to pay an attorney to take care of things that was not their fault. We handle things on a no-cost basis to the client. When they walk in and they start their consultation, there is no consultation fee, there is no expense to them. Our fee will come if and when we get money for our client. And if we're successful in doing that, then we work on a contingency or a percentage basis. If we get nothing for our client, then it doesn't cost them anything. But of course, most of the time we do get money for our client, and we normally get very good results. Okay, we work our best to do that. But if for some reason there is no recovery, then the client walks out without any financial obligation and nothing to worry about in terms of having to pay lawyers. Okay, so that helps the clients. Since we work on a percentage, what is good for the client is good for us. That helps us to work as a law firm and stay in business, but it also helps us to get more compensation, more fair compensation, and just compensation for our clients. We're not here to make money per se. We're here to help people. In the process of doing that, I hope we make enough money to stay in business, but our primary concern is to get what's fair and what's right for our clients. You know, some accidents involve serious injuries. Some don't involve so serious injuries. And the best thing that we can do for our clients is to give them guidance and counsel. What is my claim worth? How much should I get for this claim? And the short answer is we don't know that until we've gone through the medical treatment. We've seen what the doctors have diagnosed and evaluated, what it took to get you better. And at that point, we can give you an idea of what we think you ought to be compensated and how much. And if we can achieve that through settlement, then we do that. And that's done quickly. It's done much less painfully. Doesn't involve a trial. And if we can achieve that for our clients, it's certainly always in their best interest. If we're not able to achieve a settlement from the responsible party in a timely way, then we will proceed with a lawsuit. And we don't file a lawsuit unless we need to, because it is sometimes a complicated and onerous thing and not always in the best interest of our client. But if we need to, and if you're not being treated fairly by the insurance company or the other party, then by all means, we will pursue a lawsuit and we'll take it to trial. And we'll fight every minute of the way to get the kind of compensation that you need and you deserve to make your life whole again. That's our job. But even if we take it to trial, and even if the jury doesn't agree with our argument for you, and they give you nothing, it costs you nothing. We hope that every person that walks out of our office, more than feeling like they got enough money, we hope they feel like they got treated fairly, that they were represented professionally, and that we did everything we could to protect their interest and get them made whole again.